what you're doing.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are in the kitchen. John is making us cabbage greedy or braised cabbage if you don't know what that means. This is not a cooking segment. We just don't have time to record a video, so we're just doubling up to maximize time. So we hope that you enjoy it. And if you can't see the food, like you're here for us, so I guess
Okay.
that's why I said
Wow.
it's not a
You're here
cooking.
for us.
It's not a cooking segment, so you're not
I think
here for the
YouTube was
food.
getting to your head. First it was your celebrities now.
It's in God's eyes.
Now all of a sudden they're here for us.
In God's eyes. So today we are talking about interracial relationships. So we are talking about being in an interracial relationship. If you need me to do stuff, you can let me know what you want.
I'll let you know.
We're talking about interracials because we're both the same race. Let me just cut to that. But I'm more brown because my grandma's black and she's Xhosa from my dad's side. So I guess my siblings and I look more black than colored, which I don't have a problem being black. And John is colored, but he looks Indian apparently.
Oh, so Muslim? A lot of people ask me if I'm Indian.
Or which country is he from, because he doesn't look colored, which I don't understand, because colored is a mixture of like different stuff. That is why you get a white colored person, a black colored person, an Indian colored person. I'm thinking that thing.
What's
An
that?
Indian colored person and a colored person. They just look like colored. I don't know how to explain. So
who said it? I saw a TikTok. Someone said, I think there's a guy from.
Please, you can talk louder because we in the kitchen.
Oh, I think there's a guy from, I think Wentworth, that does TikToks about colored slang. What he always says something like stuff like, if you're telling someone that you like as a colored, if you're telling them you like their tacky, you say, hey, smack your rap. Like those type of sayings that coloreds have. Oh. And he was saying, someone on his TikTok commented that how is he colored? Because he's a bit, or that person is confused. That there's so many different colors, because you can, as you said. And then I think his explanation, I forgot his name, I must try. And
what's his name?
He basically broke it down, and I think his explanation was amazing. He's like, there's 5 different types of colors. There's the colored, black colored, Indian colored, white colored, which he said he was because he's very fair. And then I don't know what else, and a colored, and something else. I don't know what else he said. But he basically broke it down into 5 segments.
There's so much variety. So I don't know why people are shocked this day and age where they see, please may I get a bowl for the tomato. I don't know why people are shocked when they see like a black colored person. I'm sure so many of you that are even watching this YouTube are going to be like, oh my word, I didn't know Steph was not black. And I'm sorry.
Well, if I worked with someone for like 2 years and they came to me, we were having some sort of a discussion about interracial relationships or whatever the case, or dating outside of your own race. And he's like, yeah, so John, how does it, you should tell us, because you're in an interracial relationship. And I was like,
hold up, child.
What are you talking about? And then he's like, how, but isn't Steph black? And I was like, no.
Steph.
Like, oh, sorry, I thought she was black. And
there's nothing wrong with being
I don't have a problem. I think I've dated every race besides white people.
Person.
Not that I have anything against white people, I just never had the opportunity.
You have dated an Indian person.
Yeah. But I'm like,
I don't know.
Just assume? Cool, it's not important. I don't think race is an important thing.
But why do people put so much emphasis on it? It's very irritating.
Well, I guess we could be guilty of that too, because we're literally talking about interracial.
Yes, because we're tired of the streets. Should I get another bowl?
No, it's fine. It's
We're
going into the
tired
pot.
of the streets. And for me, I'm a 94, born free. I would have thought by now, it's 29 years. Guys,
How
I
many
would have
years does
thought
it
by
take to
now
get out of that
that
mindset?
people would be more open to seeing like an Indian person with a black person, or like a colored person with a white
I
person.
think for me,
Why do people stay, or like why is it
it's
so shocking?
the weird thing is when you catch them staring, like they don't even know that they're looking. They'll be looking at you like
I've
this.
stared at people before.
I've
like,
stared, but I
still-
look and then I'll.
Yes.
And I can't say anything as to what they're thinking because obviously I'm not in their heads. I can't know what they're looking at us for. They could be going, "Oh wow, that's so nice." Black guy and
But
Indian guy, I mean
then
lady.
say something then. Or
But-
you guys are such a cute couple.
No, if you
and
don't
past-
know, you're
and
walking past.
I would tell someone, you guys are such a cute couple. I'm sorry for staring, but you guys just look good together. Have a nice day. Because I'm weird like that. And then that
Yes,
allows
you
me
weird
to
like
look.
that. Not everybody.
Now
can
you're
do
staring
that.
at me like,
Yes, they literally do that, or they'll size up and down, and they'll even turn around
and we
to see
always
how. And then I turn because I'm that
catch
person.
them
I will
sneaky.
literally turn and I'll wait and I'll look at them in their eyes. They're too busy looking at us holding hands or whatever, so their direct line of view or whatever you can call it is not on us or me looking at me, looking at them. They're looking at us holding hands, or they're like looking at Steph but not at me. And then when they eventually pan over and see me looking, they don't know where to put their face.
They
They literally go.
shook
And I love that reaction because that just makes my
But
day.
it's stupid. Like,
Excuse.
what's so hard in like stealing? Steal, like you don't have to stay upside down. Or look at them like they're sick or they have leprosy and stuff like that. I think that is what I can't get used to is the stares.
I think
But-
for me, I've literally seen people look as if they're disgusted and they just look at us like,
And then,
what is
and
going
on my
here?
part, since I'm black, most of the time it's black people that stare at me. Or like they look in an admiring way, but they're not sure if we're really together. Because it's like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if they kiss or they hold or I don't know what. I don't know how to explain. Maybe people would know. It possibly even happens in normal relationships. If like, I don't know, you have a very hot husband and you're not hot.
How can you say that? Sure. What? You hit lux?
Yes, that's why I said that because I'm going into the next conversation.
What else? For me, like, we're basically just talking on the experiences that we've had. And for me, the one thing that I remember or that always happens and I laugh is like, I know for a fact, Steph, if we're in Pick and Pay or Checkers or whatever, and you can't find an item, you're like, I want to find the jelly, but I can't seem to find it. Steph has this very, very annoying habit. I should actually put that down as one of my pet peeves. She doesn't ever ask for help. She will walk the shop
Because
flat
I don't get help properly.
for an hour, but you won't go in and get help and just be like, there could be someone there, and you instead of just going, hi, sorry
I
to
don't
worry you,
get
can you
help
please point me in the
properly.
direction of where the jelly is, because I've walked the shop flat and I can't find it. She will walk around 20 million times, and if I don't say, I'm going to go ask, she won't ask. And there's days where I laugh and I just go, okay, if we don't get it, we won't get it, because I'm not asking today, because I don't feel like talking to people. And she
I
won't.
don't think you've ever experienced it with you. Which is
I
why you
won't,
don't
and it's
get
fine.
it.
I'm not saying, but I won't get it because I'm like,
You ain't
it
black.
does. It besides that, it doesn't cost you anything, whether you go or whether you don't go. They're still gonna think you're black. So what changes?
I'm not gonna get the service that you get.
Oh, you're gonna get some kind of service.
But it's usually
Talk in English, and they'll think you're a coconut that's a lawyer or something. They'll go, oh, hey, sorry, Mrs.
Mhm.
Madam. So
They
you must.
don't. I
go and
look
talk.
12. I'm
Aye.
married, apparently, or they lost. I look 12. I'm married. I'm talking English, not vernac, and then I'm asking you, please tell me which aisle the pads are in. And then they look at you like, should I help? Should I
Sometimes
not
I
help?
also feel like, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I feel like sometimes you use that as a crutch, or you just
I
lazy to
don't.
think, because
Seven out
you
of 10
cannot
times.
tell that someone's going to react a certain way before you even attempt to do it.
What if
Yes,
you
chances
get
are
painted like
90% of the time
yes?
it's going to happen,
So
but then
I'm
are you
just
going to live in a bubble for the rest of your life because
it's not
certain people are
living
going
in
to.
the bubble. If I'm
It
alone, then
is.
I'll just walk and look for the stuff. But if you're there,
And then if you, for some reason, they've hidden it behind me.
then I'm not gonna buy it from them.
And that's my point.
Because they're not gonna help me well. But if I'm like, John, please can you ask this lady where's the pads? He's like, sorry to bother you.
Yes, sorry
Where
to
are
bother
the
you.
pads? And she's like, okay, let me show you. And she will walk with John to the aisle to show him where the pads are. I'm not saying people wouldn't do that for me, but I feel like he gets better service than me. Some brown people have this thing where it's like, okay, you're my sister, I can kind of skid or cut corners because we're the same and you know my struggles. Yeah, so then I must just accept nonsense because we're the same race.
Maybe I'm just being full of nonsense and it is a thing that I didn't experience, so I won't fully get it. So for me, I'm just thinking, or like my view on it is, you won't ever go and ask for help in the shop. But the same way you experience an issue, if I can call it that, and not get the proper service, when we both walking into Spur or whatever, and they're like, Sanbona sis, and then they're like, hi sir, to me, and they can see we together walking in, but that doesn't stop you from getting your food. Is it because it's food and food is your weakness, or
No, it's the same, but it's not exactly the same. I feel like they addressing me in my language because that's respectful. Because most brown people don't want to be spoken to in English if it's a black person and a black person. Also comes off as rude or like you think you're better. So they talk to you in English and me it is Zulu. But then at the shops I have a problem with asking for stuff and getting side-eyed or people are strange to me when I ask for help. But I guess it is what it is. Maybe I will see. And
maybe
I think
maybe it is a thing that when you don't experience a certain thing,
it's like
you
if you
can't
constantly
fathom.
experience racism, you can't tell me how
I think
I
the
should
easiest
feel.
thing is I would never be able to tell or fully understand what giving birth is like, because I will never ever give birth.
I guess that's
it's
a
never gonna be a
example.
thing. So I just want to defrost the meat fully.
Okay. So
And then what else have we experienced?
I've experienced more than you.
I think, of course,
Obvious.
I think the funniest thing for me, what you told me, was when you were paying for something somewhere once.
It was Mother's Day, and I was going to get my mom a bag.
And the lady asked you, how did I get
and you were in my used to be in my purse, and the cashier was like, is it your purse in Zulu? And I was like, yes. Then she was like, how did you get him? And I laughed because I was like, are you supposed to get men? Or like, are you supposed to trap your partner? I was just blank, but I laughed and I was like, he asked me. But she looked very lost, like, it's giving muti. So from then I literally was like, okay, clearly there's something I haven't noticed that people keep, what is the word? It's like if you're disabled and you find with your disability, and then one day everyone keeps asking you about the disability, you start wondering, is it that obvious? Or I don't know how to explain. I'm not the queen of examples. John is the king of examples.
I was about to ask, am I the king?
No. But it's just, I don't know. It's shocking because people can't seem to process why two different races will choose each other.
I
But
think
you
for me
don't
the
see the
funniest thing though
color.
is that we both are colored, but we both don't get identified as
Our race.
race. You black, I'm Indian, Muslim, whatever. Which I can kind of understand, but I think I just find it funny. It's a bit ironic that you're judging us on something that
And
we're
we
not
have two different
to begin with.
experiences of being colored.
Yeah,
Like, I'm on the sad end, apparently. But, like, I'm also cool with being black some days because it benefits me. I know that sounds bad or, like, corrupt, but it benefits me. I think it's just strange because I'm like, guys, how much worse is it for, like, a white person and, like, a foreigner? No, not how much worse. How come that's like chilled if you a white person and you marry someone that's like Portuguese? You know, it's like exotic.
I think let's be honest. I feel like when like it's the same thing when people say, "Oh, um, you got xenophobia," but you don't have xenophobia for a Portuguese person. They're not from here; they're a foreigner, but you still, oh, okay, it's fine. If someone is, I don't know, from Germany or just a completely different country and they don't speak any vernac and they barely speak English because they're not from here, no one says, foreigner,
That's because we
xenophobia, go
have
back to your
different
country. It's always,
levels of.
I think it got to do with that thing of where you're like, okay, cool, you, I guess, undermine or disrespect people of color, and it's not to get deeper into like political stuff now, but I feel like it goes back to the whole apartheid thing where you were brainwashed and we were, as brown people, were made to feel inferior in every single way when we actually not, if that makes sense. So I know, like when I was younger, people in my area used to tease and be like, "How can you say that black people or brown people are inferior or like we're not right or that we colored, yet white people when they tan they go red or they go brown when they angry or flustered they go red. So who's and they have mouth and they're cold they go purple blue. So who's actually colored? Because you have all the rainbow colors." And I've butchered the saying, but there's like it's a proper way of saying it's like a riddle, not a riddle, like a rhyme thingy, and it makes you actually think it's a joke or it's funny, but it's true. So I'm like, I guess we always just look at it from a point of view of like if a South African white person ends up marrying an Italian white person, Caucasian, it's not like, oh, you're interracial. Like technically you are. Or if you Egyptian and you're fair skinned. But I think it basically comes down to how dark your skin is.
It is.
Because if your skin is dark, then you're a certain type of person.
So why is it a problem? I think for me, I really am chill with being black, as I said, because from a kid, like people would treat me like a black person, and my dad basically was kind of black. He wasn't black, but he grew up on the farm. His upbringing was more black than colored, but when he came to the city, that balanced him out as a colored. Because he could relate to
black, is it really a colored versus black thing or city versus farm thing? Because I know colored people that are fair from Swaziland
and
that
farmish.
They are black as can be. They eat the traditional foods. They talk in a different accent. They do things differently. Slaughter, whether it be those traditional things or even just the thing of like, I don't know, like carrying yourself like, okay, cool, we're walking, there's a certain walk that a colored boy, yes, that's from a colored area versus a black guy who's from a black area. And you'll find that this colored boy from Swaziland actually hangs around with a lot more black people, even when they come this side to study or whatever. they kind of all identify more with blacks or have more black friends
I know
than
so
they
many
think.
black people
So
from
it's like, do
primary
you
that
really
used to
consider
talk
it?
like this, but they were
Yes.
black, and people would think that they colored because they spoke like that. But I was asked, I think in grade 6, why ain't I standing up? Because we were doing like a census in class where they ask you questions for like stats, who stays with both parents. Like it wasn't deep. How many? Who has more than one sibling? What's your race? Who's from the bluff? And then you stand. And I didn't stand for black. And I was asked, why are you standing? Aren't you black? And I was like, no. Like that's when I knew Lele is no what to do.
I think the other time that we had experienced
It was
this
quite
when I
random.
was doing my certificate, my personal training certificate.
And don't judge John
I
because
did.
he's thick and you'll think that thick people can't educate themselves on fitness. I know you're looking at him with his Virgin Active hoodie, so I'm just gonna fight for him before your thoughts start wandering. So thank you. You can carry on.
Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Where was I? Oh,
Your
I was
personal
doing
training.
my practicals for my personal training certificate, and you needed to bring someone that was going to be your client. But beforehand, they just said bring someone that will be your client, and everything that you need to run through, you'll do it on them. So when we got there, they're like, okay, we're going to change it up. And for instance, if we are both personal trainers and I came with my client, you came with your client, we would swap clients. So she wasn't actually my client when we doing the practicals. I got someone else's friend, family member, whatever. And when she went to this other,
What lady?
yeah,
Let's
I
call her
wanted to say
Auntie
Karen,
Brenda.
but
Auntie Brenda.
yeah, Auntie Brenda. She's like, so part of the practical, you have to go through like a role play of interviewing or talking to your clients. So like, what's your name, surname, height, weight, this.
What's your goals?
What's your previous, illnesses, or like what's your history, what's your goals, what do you want to do here, why are you here? And so when they got to the name and surname parts, she's like, my name is Stephanie, and now I'm sitting like here interviewing my person. Steph sitting in like about a meter and a half away from me with her back face to me and the student facing me. So I could hear everything she said. Couldn't really hear what Steph was saying, but I could hear what the other lady was saying. And she's like, okay, what's your name? Stephanie. Okay, and your
Without
surname.
an I.
And your surname. And she's like, Matt. And then her face. You know that thing Trevor Noah says where white people got and the tears are. That's literally what she did. And she was like, oh, I thought she'd be like a comedian. And I literally stopped my interview and looked. And then Steph turned back and looked at me. And I was just like, hey, let me continue with my life. I want to pass.
No, I could have said something or like been in my field. But I was like, am I really going to let a child of the Lord fail a personal trainer exam because she's saying nonsense? And I was just like, it's not even worth the fight. Let's just continue. But I was actually so put off when she said I would have thought it was
I was annoyed and pissed off as well because that's not what the whole point of that role play thingy was, to make sure that you're doing something or that sort of procedure in the most polite, professional way possible. And that was not professional, because if she really wanted to, Steph could have complained and she wouldn't have passed. Because we were briefed before, like, even when you're doing for guys who are training women and you have to now do the fat testing and so forth and measurements, don't make it uncomfortable now. Like, okay, if I need to measure, I need to measure across the bust. You can't be going, because it's going to make her uncomfortable, because I'm uncomfortable, I'm teasering. But if you just be straightforward, you're doing the thing, then it's fine. So in another way, that's her teasering, saying something stupid. Oh, I thought you'd be a comedian. Like, what does it have to do with me trying to lose weight? Like, that don't make sense.
I was like, wow. I don't know, hey? It's no make sure. Our favorite one. One day, when Zio was a very little baby, John and I went to Pavilion,
Oh, yeah.
the Pavilion Mall, to get like groceries and stuff. And we had taken her car seat out. Well, I had taken it out, I think for the first time, because I wanted to show my. And then I had taken her out on my side and I put her on the floor. And this Muslim dude passes and he smiles like a deer. And then he says to John, "You have such a cute daughter." And in my brain, I'm like, she's mine too. So why couldn't you also tell me that? Maybe I'm in my field, but I thought that was very rude because he automatically
Yes and no. Because
disassociated.
like,
Or maybe he's being respectful, not talking to me, because it
no,
might seem like he's
I don't think so. Because I feel like
me?
in most cases, people normally comment about children to the mother
Yes, and
because
she
it's
was right
normally
by
the
my
person
feet.
that would be like the immediate person that would be like, okay. And she was sitting next to you, or sitting in her car,
She was by my
car
feet.
seat by you, and I was going to open the door so that I could take her and put her in
She
the
was-
car.
Oh yes.
So you were
Wait,
standing.
I had taken her out and we
No,
were
you
running.
jumped out from because we were in your car. You jumped out.
So
I
why
came
did I
out
think I
and you
wanted
stood
to show
outside.
my muscles, or did I try to
You
get
tried
it
to and you like you couldn't. So I came, and you were standing here with her on the floor, and then I was opening the door to come in, put her inside, and then you were with her all the time, and then I was like, okay, you can go inside. So you went inside, and then he's like, after doing his stuff on his car, like, oh, you got such a cute daughter, and I was like, thanks.
What
And
about
you
me?
even said, "Oh, what about me?"
I'm just
And what about all the other people that always ask, "Is that your
Oh
child?"
my word, I went to Zia to get her a romper and she was walking and stuff. And then the cashier spoke to me and she's like, "Is she yours?" And I was like, "Yes." Okay, like, why would you ask that? So many people are like, "Is this your baby?" Who else asked me? There's another person. So many people ask me, "Is she yours?" And I feel like saying no, I bought her like on Facebook Marketplace or something. Because why are you asking that?
No, you must be like that. I
If-
told you. There's a lady when I was still working at Red. She had a kid with a white guy. She's black, like fully black. Had a kid with a white guy. The kid came out colored with straight hair, but like a colored, I guess colored hair, but slightly straighter. I don't want to go into too much detail on that, but because there's days where his hair looks super straight and you'll be like, okay. And then there's days where they let it just grow out and it's like a mini afro, like curls or whatever. So when she's ever, like whenever she's going into town with him or whatever, catching a taxi, they're like, "How? Who's this? Whose kid is this? Who are you watching them?" And she, in the beginning, used to tell me she used to get irritated and be like, "No, it's my effing kid." Then she's just started saying, "Yeah, I'm the maid. I'm the au pair,
I
whatever."
don't have a problem with people asking, "Is this your daughter?" But like,
Until it got to a point where because he can speak Zulu, he speaks with, stays with his fam. He's basically like Trevor Noah, literally like same WhatsApp group. And he literally would swear the people, when he got older, swear the people in Zulu. And they'd be like, ha, haibo, mlungu.
I think for me, I'm really okay with people wondering if it's my daughter because we don't look the same, but just your tone and
Why do you make
how
it sound
you
like
ask.
haibo? How's even
It's as
possible?
if I'm lying or something. Like, I don't know how to explain. Even once at Woolworths, a colored lady was like, "Is she yours?" Well, the cashier, she was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so adorable." Because when we get to like stores, we always say, tells you, say hi to the auntie or hi to the uncle, like, because that's having respect. So this lady was like, "Is she yours?" And I was like, "Unfortunately, yes." And then I just left it like that because I was tired. I think I don't really care now because what, it's been 2 years and like almost 2.5 years.
Well, 2 years of having a kid that doesn't look like yours. Yes.
Yeah, and it's just
But how many years of
exhausting.
you dating a guy that you shouldn't be dating?
Oh my word.
Even that time, I think we were at. Was it? I think it was the day we did the Moses Mabida pictures and like we went on top and whatever.
Oh, when
And
it's
then
on
we
the
went.
sky car.
Yes, and then we went down. I think we went for ice cream or something, and the guys were like, "Oh, we didn't know you were with her," and I'm like, "We're standing literally this close. Why would you not think?"
Because we besties. I don't know.
I don't know.
Besties with benefits.
Well, if there's benefits, then you should respect it. Oh, why are you forcing yourself?
I
into this
don't know.
situation?
Maybe they think I'm a blessy and I'm just here for your money. Little do they know.
Little do they know what.
Hey, I can't finish the sentence because I'm gonna get divorced.
No, continue. You started it. Let's not start something we can't finish.
That you're not a blessy because your bank account's not set up that way. A blesser because your bank account is not set up that way yet.
Alright, in love.
So I don't know what to do going forward. Maybe there's people that are interracial and you have experienced this type of stuff, and I just don't understand. When are we gonna pull ourselves towards ourselves and stop doing the staring thing or like asking stupid questions? Like still carefully to look. You don't really need to know, is that the person's boyfriend or husband? How is it gonna change your life by you getting that answer? I think that's my closing summary because I don't want to be emotional about this.
How are you getting emotional about this?
Because I'm stiff,
Wow.
not stiff.
So then just enjoy being safe.
I am, now I am.
I'm Muhammad. Or Ali, what's better?
And Zia,
Yeah, Ziad.
Ziad, Ali, and Seth.
Mm.
That's our new family name.
Call me
I-
Altaf.
Wow, that's a bit too serious. I don't know if you guys can relate. If you can, please comment down below. I don't know why I did that. I've never done this. And I just want to be in the times and comment
Okay.
down below. And if you watched this far, please put a green heart and a yellow heart for the spring box. Boo, 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 boo.
Sure. That is
That
the
way.
most relaxed poo 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 ever.
Because it's for the spring
That was
box.
in lowercase.
Okay, I'm done. What do you have to say? Nothing.
I'm done.
Please subscribe. We don't know how to add those links and stuff yet because we
I'll try.
new, but John's gonna try for us. Thank you guys for coming back to watch our
Where are we
YouTube.
gonna put it? Subscribe, yes.
I don't. Okay.
In this
Subscribe,
region somewhere.
and we're gonna put our Insta handles here.
Can
John
they see
doesn't
that?
accept. Oh, we're gonna put our Insta handles here. John is private on Insta, so maybe you can follow me. I don't know how he feels about getting requests, but if it's your lucky day, he might
You will
accept.
sit there forever.
Thank you for watching.